Some 100 Israeli paratroopers jump out of a plane and land in this field in the Slovenian Air Force base of Kirki. It's a powerful image, but this place also serves as a reminder that it was not always the case, and there were times in which a few Jewish people had to fight here practically by themselves.
We are for their memory, for their courage, for their dedication, for the love for the Jewish people. And it's important because the memory defines ourselves. Without memory, we are nothing.
This jump comes on the 100th anniversary of the birth of Szenes, a Hungarian Jew who fled Europe as the Nazis came to power, only to return a few years later as a volunteer paratrooper in the British Army. She jumped not far from this place, in a Nazi-occupied area, hoping to cross the border back to her native Hungary and help the local Jewish community. She was caught and sentenced to death by Hungarian authorities, but her memory still resonates today.
Szenes is the ultimate symbol for us. She represents a warrior whose values led her, despite the slim chances, to choose to provide a helping hand and put other people's needs before her own.
Various reserve paratrooper officers joined the drill. Among them is Lieutenant Col Simha Goldin, father of Hadar Goldin, killed in Operation Protective Edge in 2014, and whose body is held in Gaza by Hamas. He believes there is a lot to be learned from what is happening here, including for his own family story.
The issue of solidarity is not forgotten, even if it is not happening in our case. This will give an even greater voice to our uncompromising call to bring our soldiers back from the battlefields. Everything we're doing here fits the image of Hadar.
This tour is part of an IDF educational program called Witnesses in Uniform, meant to preserve heroic stories from the past. Those participating did not only come here to jump, but also learn of the experiences of Szenes, walking through the same routes she went through back in 1944, knowing back then that no one could come and save her.
There was no Israel, so she was basically alone. And it takes a lot of courage and a lot of inside power to do such a thing.
Back to Kirki Air Base, where even those who have parachuted hundreds of times and are instructing the next generation of paratroopers know that this specific jump is somewhat different.
It's very important for me as a major in the IDF that we do it. I'm jumping from airplane for 12 years. It was very exciting for me to be here, to jump for her memory.
77 years after Szenes jumped not far from here in the darkness, in secrecy for a near-suicide mission, the proud paratroopers of the IDF are jumping here once again. Only this time, they show the mighty force of the Israeli nation. Jonathan Regev, I-24 News.